Hey guys, welcome again to this week gold analysis. Make sure you stay to the end of this video because we're also going to be doing an analysis on USDJPY and BTC as per request from one of the traders from our WhatsApp academic group. Alright, so I don't want to make this video too long, so let's get right into it. So for this week, let's start with the weekly time frame. So from the weekly time frame, we can see that gold is currently bearish, but from how last week closed, I want you to always pay attention to this, how the candlestick close is very important. So you'll see that we had a close above this week's low. So you see candle close above that, showing you that buyers are already coming into the market. All right, now something else I want you to take note of is this. Now you'll notice that we have this demand zone from here. Take note of how the candles closed. Let me zoom right in so you could see it. So this is how the candles closed here. This is the last price here, and you can see that that low has also been swept out around here. I hope you can see it. So you can see price has been swept out here. All right, now let's quickly go down to the daily time frame. So from the weekly perspective, we can see that price is currently showing us bullish signs. So I'm currently bullish on this. All right, now let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see this low we marked out here, which is just underneath this daily low here. So you can see price swept that daily low and closed right on it. Can you see how the candle closed? Remember, this is very important. Always take note of how the candle closed. Can you see candle closed right on it? All the candles closed above it, showing you that there's a bullish buyers are coming into the market. So on the daily time frame, we can also say the market is becoming bullish. Now something else that gives us more confidence that buyers are coming into the market is this candles we have here, which is these two daily candles. So you can see this is price making higher highs and higher lows. See how this candle closed above the previous one. All right, you can take note of their lows, right? So showing us buyers are coming to the market. Do you get that? Now what we confirm that the whole structure has shifted to a bull market, which is a daily, from daily perspective, is when price closes above this this high that we have right here, which is around 14,192.98. so when we see price close above these highs, then the market most likely continue to be bullish. All right, so but right now we can see that the market is bearish. So if you want to buy, you want to make sure that you are not holding for a long term. Why? Because the market could reverse from here and dump again, because this is what resistance. Okay, but once the market goes above this, it will just keep flying. Okay, now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, we can see series of bullish candles already forming. Now you notice we had a previous demand area here. One of our analysis, we said this is where we would want to sell, but you can see clearly that the market has already gone above it and even made the retest from the last 4-hour candle I'll have here. So this is where, this will be the most likely area where price would buy from here. So when the market opens and then we see the market begin to consolidate around here, then this gives us a good momentum to buy for this zone. So it means we buy from here, we hold the price gets to the zone. But if price keeps trading below this, most likely price will come back to these levels that we have here. This level that we have here. So just take note of all these zones I'm giving to you. All right, so I expect the market to stay above this zone. If the market doesn't stay above this zone, it's going to come to these levels and then buy from here. Did you get that? All right, so now if you want to approach the market on Mondays, if you know you are confused on what the market really wants to do, it's best to wait out on Mondays to see how Mondays will go out. But usually when the market shows bullish momentum like this from the previous week, when the market opens on Monday, you hardly see retracement. It just goes in the original direction. Do you understand? So usually if you see a retracement, it's going to be very, very short. Very, very short. All right, so we are currently bullish on gold. We're expecting the market to be bullish, to go as high as these levels, 4,200. All right, and from there we can determine if the market is going to sell again or it's just going to break out and keep buying. So when the market opens, if you take note on the 1 hour time frame, we already have an order block that is formed right on this 4 hour previous order block. Now if you notice, I always like to use the bodies of the candles when I'm marking them from the higher perspective. So these are areas to look out for when you are planning your trades for this week. This is a 15 minutes time frame, this is a 5 minutes time frame. All right, so just watch out for this. There may be a liquidity sweep around this area, like I said. So price may just come around here, consolidate, take out liquidity, and then go bullish. All right, so let's quickly go down to the next asset we want to make an analysis on, which is USDJPY. All right, so this is USDJPY. Let's go from the weekly perspective. So on the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that we have a lot of bullish candles. My chart is still loading. Well, you can clearly see that the candles have been bullish overall. Let's just wait for it to finish loading. Okay, there you go. So you can see price has gone above these weekly highs. This is a tremendous shift in the market. Okay, but does this mean the market would automatically start buying next week, which is this new week? No, doesn't mean that. So this is what I want you to take note of. All right, now you take note of how the candle from the previous week closed. If you take note, the market closed below the high of the previous week. So this is the high of the previous week, and the market closed below it, showing you that buyers are losing momentum in the market. All right, so now let's go to the daily time frame. So from daily time frame, you can clearly see that the market just keeps rejecting from that resistance, showing you that buyers are losing momentum. So clearly you can see that sellers are coming to the market. So if you are a buyer, it means you should be more skeptical about buying. So for me, I am currently bearish on USDJPY. So if you are selling, where should you be selling to? Where should be your target? Obviously you should be selling back to this previous resistance that becomes support. So classic resistance becomes support. Okay, now if you go down to the 4 hour time frame, you can see the consolidation happening already. All right, so I am bearish on USDJPY for this week. All right, so the market is most likely going to consolidate on Monday for USDJPY. It's going to consolidate around this let's call it resistance zone. Now I'm not expecting any liquidity sweep because the market already took liquidity here on Friday, if I'm correct. That should be on Friday. So I'm not expecting the market to go any bit higher. I just expect to consolidate and then keep dumping and come down to these levels. All right, so levels you should take note of from the 4 hour time frame. All right, take note of this. Let me mark it out. Yeah, so this is where I expect the market to get to when it starts dumping. Now let's go to the last one. Okay, on we'll be talking about Bitcoin, which is BTC USD. So you should clearly know that the crypto market is open 247. So currently the market is open on Bitcoin, and currently you can see that the market is currently bearish. All right, now let's go from the weekly time frame. Now from the weekly time frame, let's give it some few minutes for the charts to load. All right, so from the weekly time frame, what do you see? The market, the week just started, by the way. Now you notice we have these lows from this week that price has swept out. Now you notice last week closed above it. Always take note of how the candles close. That is very important. I keep saying it. So if you are a new trader, you should always take note of that. Always take note of how the candles close. All right. Now the market is currently approaching that zone. All right. So for now, I expect the market to consolidate. All right. And if in a consolidating market, what do you expect? The market should buy at support and sell at what? Resistance. So this is more like our range. This is more like our range. So I expect the market to consolidate within this zone. All right. Now if you want to use the wicks, you can use this high. All right. For me personally, I like to use the bodies, especially when I'm talking about the higher time frames like this. So I expect the market to consolidate within this range. I hope you got that. Now let's go to the daily time frame. From the daily perspective, you can see how the candles closed. They all closed above that support, showing you that the market is rejecting these areas. All right. So I expect the market to be bullish for this week. All right. I expect the market to be bullish for this week and head for these highs. So this is more like going to be our order block. Okay, it's more like going to be an order block. But in a consolidating market, you do not want to keep your take profits too high, because the market may not get to it and then just dip back to your entry. So you want to keep your take profit levels before the resistance zone. All right, so I just mark this out so you take note of it, where I expect the market to react from, as you can see there. All right, so this is the daily time frame. Now one thing you take note of in the daily time frame on these daily candles, all right, you can clearly see from here, you can clearly see that yesterday's candle took out the previous day's high. Now today's candle is taking out yesterday's low. So this is a good area for a buy. So if I wanted to buy on this asset, this would be my entry. This closing price is here, right here. This is where I would want to buy from. Oh, did I let's see. Okay. All right, so this is where I want to buy from, and you can see the market is currently approaching it. Now if you go down to the 4-hour time frame, what do we have on that zone? All right, so currently you can see we have this whole rejection that happened on this zone here. So this is a good buying zone. If you go down to the 1-hour time frame, you can see we have this 1-hour order block right here. Let me mark it out so you could see it. That the market is what? Approaching. All right, so I expect the market to buy from here and go as high as these levels and these levels, and eventually this order block. So currently I'm also bullish on Bitcoin. I hope you understood the analysis. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe as well, like, and if you want us to make any analysis or any educational video on any of the subjects on Forex, make sure you drop it in the comment section. I'll see you in class till we meet again.